In addition, he has been involved in social justice groups, including Santa Barbara Anti-War. David's path to UCSB has been an unconventional one. He grew up in New York and New Jersey and attended Stevens Institute of Technology for 1 year. After working for another year, David served in the Marine Corps from 2002 to 2007. While in the Corps, he was an Arabic translator with an intelligence battalion, did one deployment to Iraq in 2005, and was stationed at Camp Pendleton for the rest of his tour. This fall, David will begin his research as a PhD student in physics at Rutgers University in New Jersey. Please join me in welcoming your student speaker, David Hassan.
Thank you, Dean Wiltsius. Is that too loud? Am I too loud? All right. Okay. Welcome, graduates, faculty, family, friends, associates, comrades, neighbors, acquaintances, and random people in search of free food. I don't think there is any free food. It's an honor to have the opportunity to speak to you all on this exciting occasion. I'm particularly excited to be here because it's taken me a long time to get here. He just told you about why it took me a long time to get here. During my deployment to Iraq, I saw and caused depths of human suffering I scarcely knew were possible. And that led me to a drastic reevaluation of much of what I held to be true, and a commitment to developing the knowledge of the political and historical context of what I'd seen and done. Needless to say, when I got out in 2007, I looked forward to devoting my life to pursuits I thought were as far from military as I could get, specifically physics and mathematics. After all, science is separate from the messiness of politics and everyday life, isn't it? That was the attitude implicit in everything I'd been taught about science. And it's not entirely wrong. Scientific truth isn't politically contingent, but the institutions where science is done, on the other hand, are an entirely different story. So, a lesson to elites from the First World War was that military supremacy was going to be linked to technological supremacy. So the social function of the university got reimagined as this factory for the production of skilled technical workers necessary to achieve and maintain the technological supremacy around the world. And it worked, but it also had some other effects. The effect we're most familiar with is the explosion of technology in every aspect of human life over the past 70 years. I'm not going to argue about the benefit to the human race of all this. I tend to think it's a good thing, but I'll leave the issue aside. The other effect is the culture of the science technology establishment. Almost all high-tech jobs are in the military industry, and something on the order of half of R&D funding comes from military sources. So if you want to study science, and then you want to get a job afterwards, the chances are high you'll be working for a company that builds things to kill human beings. And because we love science, we do it. And we tell ourselves that the science stands above human politics and what's important is solving the problem or getting the research done. And we stay out of politics because the problems seem intractable, because we're not experts in the field, most of all because we trained ourselves not to. But this perspective ignores a pretty large and pretty fundamental ethical principle. Our actions have political repercussions, and we're responsible for them. No one questions this in other aspects of their lives. People don't shop at Walmart or don't wear fur and leather, drive less or not at all, do other kinds of boycott activity. What we don't talk about is our involvement in institutions that militarize our society. For example, the fact that our university regents, to whom we've been paying our tuition checks, oversee the labs where every nuclear weapon in the U.S. arsenal is made. We can't keep up this collective split brain. We have to face up to the fact that when we involve ourselves in institutions, we are complicit in the things they do, and that gives us special responsibility for changing them. Now, these questions don't admit easy answers. Any answer I could give in 20 seconds at the end of the speech would be trite and useless anyway. I'm not advocating we give up on science. I'm going on to a PhD program. But ignoring a problem won't make it go away either. Another world is possible. Thank you.